Okay.
It would be nice like if it was like a corner.
Yeah.
You think about like the whole experience. So you can definitely see that you walk from a little more in the corner, right? It's right. This part is pretty dangerous.
Okay.
You have to go road about it.
Yeah.
Hurry in your life. Wait to purchase the tickets and stuff if you want to. Alright, we can go over right?
Yep. Step on right up.
Yeah, talking about the city hall. This one is good book. But the bus is stopping. One stop like here. Okay, look at that space. I'm getting some water. Now, the city hall, it looks like a castle. It was actually a ball area or where people would usually have celebrations before it became the city hall where they would keep the council
Okay.
and that sort of thing. Yes, it's in a little deplorable state, but that's just because of the conflict between. Okay, so the buildings on Main Street, they're protected by the National Trust. So it's like a monument is maintained by the National Trust. And they would go to clean it up and stuff. So City Hall now, being that it's part of the city, you know that the mayor and city council will take care of the city. So the National Trust and City Hall, they're kind of fighting between
Each
who
other.
does the building belong to maintain it. So City Hall is saying, oh, this is a monument, this is a National Trust. You guys are supposed to maintain this. And it's pretty expensive to go ahead and maintain because you have to replace a lot of water. The water has to be really hard.
Okay.
So that's why it's kind of in that state. You know, 'cause a lot of people see it and they wonder, oh gosh, why they don't fix this thing, you know? It isn't.
Okay.
Also, next to it, you have the engineer's office or the kind of engineer department. So anything that has to be constructed in the city, like a business building or so,
Yeah.
they gotta come here, they gotta pass the plans, they gotta make sure it's safe. And by law in Guyana, if the building has more than 2 stories, it has to have an elevator.
Okay.
So once you see buildings with more than 2 stories, for example, this here is just 2 stories, the below the bank. You come to ground floor and then 1, 2. But if it has more, it has to have an elevator.
Okay.
So stuff like that, they would maintain. And we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna pass the high court. We're gonna stop right in front and we're gonna talk a little bit. I'm gonna try to go into the park.
Okay.
So into the park, we're gonna stop like around by Demico where the persons do taxis and stuff, and then we're gonna talk about the Stabroek Market. From the Stabroek Market, we're gonna ride around by Saints, and we would usually go all the way up to Coffee. But that's up to you guys if you wanna go to Coffee. Wanna take the ride?
Okay.
Because from Coffee, we head back to Oasis Cafe,
Oasis.
which is run by the
Okay.
teacher.
Yep. All right.
So for the Supreme High Court Justice, right? It was actually constructed for Queen Victoria's birthday. So it was her birthday and she decided she wanted to do the High Court. And the High Court is actually the original structure. It's built in an L.
Okay.
So it goes from there and it goes all the way down. At the bottom it houses the registrar, which you could register your business and, you know, businesses and companies and stuff. And also for the High Court, it's built in a colonial style. There's 2 styles you have here. You have the classical colonial style and you have the more British elegant style inside.
Okay.
So if you can see, they would have maintained it A lot of
Yes,
people look
this-
at a building when they don't know what it is and they don't know that it's a court. It doesn't look like a court, right? But it's actually a high court. It has two sections. You have that one over there and have this one. So remember, we're gonna go into park, right?
Yep.
Bus park. Don't forget your masks. Look how you guys come. So talk about the Stabroek Market. The Stabroek Market is one of the most iconic buildings in Georgetown. You know why? Because it's the oldest. It's actually the oldest. It spans about you could say 2 blocks. And a lot of people think that the market was built here, and it wasn't. No, it's built from brass, right? Y'all hear me? Right? It was built from brass, and it was actually like prefab and then shipped to Guyana.
Okay.
And then they placed it together. It was actually as well, on Sundays, you could have market day, where the slaves would come and they would sell their produce. So you'd find a lot of persons coming on Sunday to the market here. So it's a lot of trade. You could find a lot of things, household stuff. You could find pets, like rabbits.
Okay.
You can find a lot of things at the market. So that's why when you go out the country, you find a lot of people saying, oh, Guyana, Stabroek Market. They might associate it with Stabroek Market because it's actually the oldest structure in the city in Georgetown.
Okay.
I don't think the clock currently works.
I don't think so.
It doesn't. You can also look at the style of the Demico house. We're going to move to the Parliament building.
So this is the colonial style, right?
The colonial style. You can see, so they have to like preserve it. Oh, you see they're adding
Solar panel.
panels. That's actually really good. And you know that this is a hotel? You know that you could come and you could book a room and you could stay here at Demico House? You don't find a lot of people doing it.
Who I know is Banks DIH at the
Banks
bottom.
DIH owns the entire thing.
Oh,
The
okay.
entire thing. Right? We're gonna go ahead and right and go towards the Parliament building.
Okay.
You got enough footwear to vote now. But the Parliament building, it wasn't originally in this color. It was actually in a brackish kind of color, and then they painted it over as the years go by. It also has a very classical colonial style, and it was actually built to as well on green heart wood.
Okay.
So the foundation of it is green heart, and you'd actually have a lot of, when the Parliament has to sit in, you want to move the bike? With these people here. It's pretty cool if you get like a photo in front. Y'all want a photo in front on the bike?
Yeah, you could do that.
Church that the slaves were allowed to praise inside.
Oh,
Alright?
okay.
So for the city, it's the first church that slaves were allowed to praise inside. So you get these stained glasses, and you have this very, you notice the style of church too is different from the cathedral.
Yeah.
So they have their own style on it, and next to it they had a school. But the school had to close down because it was close to the park, and you'd see the pillars that they would have built them.
Yeah.
It's still there now.
Okay.
A lot of people see stains too as well, and they think it's a church, but it's actually a